anything about COVID-19 being a serious situation or a concern in Trinidad and Tobago. The Speaker and he said, George, they make that motion that the opposition brought to the parliament, they make that a laughing stock. That motion was to debate a response where the government opposition would have put together a strategic plan to ensure that the safety of the citizens of this country.
Yes.
And the government turned it down. The government kicked it out. The government threw it out the window, dispelling the issue that COVID-19 would be a serious issue in Trinidad and Tobago. And for some reason, the people in Trinidad and Tobago, there's a 7-day wonder, I call them. They remember things for seven days. And after that, they forget. So I want to remind all you here today, the opposition said, let's sit down together and put a holistic plan in place to deal with this situation. But the government refused. The Speaker kicked it out the window.
Yes.
And that is why we are now in this situation. So when I hear Keith Rowley talking and Mama Gain and Papi showing his supporters that a matter of fact, Keith Rowley said quite plain that he want to hear nothing from Kamala Persad-Bissessar on the opposition. Nothing. He don't want to hear nothing. He don't want to have nothing to do with the opposition. Like this country is he own. Like 300,000 plus people didn't vote for the opposition. Sorry. Didn't vote for the opposition. That is what Keith Rowley believe. That is the way Keith Rowley behave. Yes. So now, ladies and gentlemen, where the situation is out of control, we had lapse from day one. Before all this uncertainty with vaccine and vaccination and all that.
Yes.
We had no vaccine. I go in there.
Right.
We had no vaccine at the appropriate time before this uncertainty came up with vaccination. All right?
Right.
Every step of the way, every decision that the government make in relation to number one in the world was nothing but idiotism. Nothing but idiotism. We had no testing. We had no mass testing. We had no test kits, as a matter of fact. We were like the dog without the bone. We had nothing.
Right.
And we had nothing simply because we came as the we came as the virgins that the Bible speak about. 5 prepare and 5 didn't prepare. So when the pandemic reached, we had no oil in we lamp.
Wow.
We had nothing to put in place. We were scampering. We are now hearing that out of a population of about 1.4 million people, we have 60 ventilators.
60?
We have 60 ventilators.
No
You
more.
can understand that? We have, a matter of fact, in one area, we have 8 ventilators. In another area, we are 20. Another area, we are 22. Another area, we are 10. And the number go on.
Yes.
This government took over $30 million to source equipment for this COVID-19 response.
Yes.
$30 million. Today, one of my family called me from the hospital and tell me people dying outside, people dying in the tents, people dying in the corridor because they doesn't have ventilators to put the people on.
Oh my gosh.
You hear what I'm saying to you?
That's sad.
I am calling today, ladies and gentlemen, I am calling today for an independent panel of doctors
Yes.
to get the authority to visit these COVID-19 facilities, document what is happening in these facilities where we can take criminal action against those who are responsible. I have a family who is a nurse working in a certain COVID-19 facility. And that family is saying that people are suffocating within the corridors, some under tents, because there is no ventilators to put the people on in order to get that oxygen. That is a criminal act. That is a criminal act. Your loved ones suffering. We have so much facilities in this country that we can make COVID step down and COVID hospitals. We have the whole of beach camp in Palo. The government spent millions of dollars to refurbish that facility in beach camp. We have something like over 30 bungalows, big bungalows within that area where we could have patients. We could make that area a hospital. We could have nurses and doctors living in good condition in beach camp, taking care of our loved ones. We have bungalows in Point-a-Pierre sitting idly by taxpayers' money. Big bungalows in very good condition. But you telling me today that we doesn't have enough ventilators? How come we have 1.4 million and in this country we doesn't have at least 400 to 500 ventilators in a serious pandemic as this? A pandemic where we have 20, 28, 30, all sorts of numbers, people dying by the day, simply because the government is not telling us that the people are dying because they does not have enough equipment to see about people's loved ones. They are only passing the blame off and blaming Tom, Dick, Harry, Lucy, Jane, when the blame of this situation must lie at the government feet. We elect this government to look after the people of this country. And while we paying millions of dollars in rent and giving Stuart Young family millions of dollars in contract, the problem is that people are dying in this country simply because we doesn't have enough equipment to save the life of our citizens. This country, we continue to use billions of dollars to build airport here, to do this there, to do that there, and a thing as the life of people in this country where people family continue to lose their life. You are telling me that this government rather spend money on everything else than to spend money within the healthcare system to save the lives of our citizens? What kind of criminal government is this? What kind of evil is this? I hear the Minister of Health saying that now it all depends on the citizens of this country. That is what we vote you there for, to tell us that it now depends on us for us to live. We put you in power to take the necessary money from our taxpayer that we have in the country and get equipment to see about our citizens.
Well, why they not getting equipment
and that is what I am trying to understand. So it seems as though there is a holistic plan to have us dead in this country. Dead. That is what it seems like. Because you can't tell me we reach a stage where we are having 400 or 500 cases per day, and you are not hearing the government say anything but to get equipment. All you hear them saying is to blame the people and blame the people and the citizens this and the citizens that and the citizens. If you cannot run the country, then get out. That is what it is. If you cannot look after this country, get out of power. Leave, resign. This is a very serious situation. We are in a worse situation than we was 18 months ago. A worse situation. And what you hear, the Prime Minister studied the campaign in Tobago. All them studying about is to win an election. And this government want to win election so that they could thief more of the taxpayers' money. That is the reality. This government is a thieving government. This government is a government that will make the worst criminal look as a saint. You can't tell me people dying left, right, and center. Left, right, center, behind, forward, all over.
Wow.
And this government, Koki, I tell my family, tell me, call me crying and tell me that people suffocating. She's stressed out, she can't take it no more. She's seeing people forcing to breathe and cannot breathe. Forcing to get her breath and cannot get her breath. Forcing to live and cannot live because we doesn't have enough ventilators. What is this? What kind of cruel, evil, wicked thing is this? You could imagine you hold your breath for a while. Hold your breath for a while, brother. Stand up and just hold your breath and keep it as long as you could. And when you see that oxygen dry up from inside you, your eyes want to pop out your head. Your head want to explode because you need that oxygen. And when you do catch your breath, you're getting on like if it was running. You're getting on like if it was running. You could imagine the suffocation that these people going through, lying down in the corridors at the hospital in tents and fighting to get that oxygen and cannot. You know the kind of horrible death is that?
It's really sad.
You know the kind of evil is that? You know what it is these nurses and doctors going through to face this condition, to see these people dying, begging for air, and there is nothing you could do to place a little bit of life-saving oxygen over the nose and mouth of these individuals. You could understand the pain, you could understand the agony, you could really understand what these doctors and nurses is going through to witness this. You know the pain and agony that these people going through before the eye closed, before they lost that final beat of the heart. You know the pain that they are going through. You know the suffocation that they are going through. You understand that these people could be your mother, could be your brother, could be your father, could be your sister, could be your wife, could be your husband, or could be your child.
Sad.
You could understand that pain. You could understand the lack of caring by this government. You could understand the incompetency about this health minister and this administration. You could understand, ladies and gentlemen, what it is. Really? You could understand what it is people going through. You could understand that. You just sit where you are or stand where you are and just hold your breath for a while and feel the agony. Feel the agony that you go through when you have the option to get back that breath. Unlike those individuals who doesn't have the option to get that breath, you could understand what I am speaking about today, Trinidad and Tobago. This is a cause to remove a government. This is a cause to put a government in jail. That is what this is. This is genocide to the highest order. This is a matter that should be carried before the Hague, the International Court. While some of them eating ham and lamb and whatever, your loved ones is fighting to survive. And the hurtful part about it is that you can't even go into the hospital to see what they're going through.
Yes. You cannot go.
Koki, you cannot go in the hospital to see what your loved one going through.
Sad.
Some people say they're trying to get a phone call. They're trying. And it's nothing, only to hear they receive a phone call, your loved one passed away. And what they passed away for is simply because no oxygen, no ventilator. And we have a minister who talking a pack of crap about no bed, and a bed need a doctor, and a bed need a nurse, and we are the breaking point. And if this, and if we're in, boy, brother, let me go for a break, let me go for a break, let me go for that break.
December 12th, a People's Revolution car rally live at the Fun Splash Water Park in Davie. This is your rally to gain freedom as the nation confronts runaway crime, a deadly pandemic.
This weekend, we lost 48 citizens in 48 hours to COVID.
And uncontrolled inflation. Come out to hear Team UNC, including the feature address by political leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa.
On December 12th, come out and show the PNM that you have had enough.
It's the People's Call, the People's Rally, and the People's Revolution.
The People's Revolution will continue as long as the threat to our democracy and way of life remains.
This is the revolution, the People's Revolution.
The convoy heads to the Fun Splash Water Park in Davie, December 12th. Log on to unctt.org for more info.
I want to hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. The voice of the people is the voice of God. The tables are turning, your eyes are opening. Welcome to the revolution. People crying out for justice.
Some of them crying out for freedom.
We want freedom. Everybody crying out for democracy.
Now it's time to take a stand, yeah.
Come on! Cause this is the revolution, the People's Revolution. This is the revolution.
Let's unite and stand for something.
This is the revolution, the People's Revolution. This is the revolution. I wanna hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Everybody sing. As we move in this People's Revolution, my brothers and sisters, let's all walk together as one. This revolution is about restoring our democracy. And this revolution is about stopping this creeping dictatorship. This is the People's Revolution.
Come on, people.
Come on.
Come on, people.
Let's move.
Come on, people.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
People crying out for justice.
Some of them crying out for freedom.
Everybody crying out for democracy.
Now it's time to take a stand, yeah.
Come on! Cause this is the revolution, the People's Revolution. This is the revolution.
Let's unite and stand for something.
This is the revolution, the People's Revolution. This is the revolution. I wanna hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Everybody sing. As we move in this People's Revolution, my brothers and sisters, let's all walk together as one. This revolution is about restoring our democracy. And this revolution is about stopping this creeping dictatorship. This is the People's Revolution.
Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
The People's Revolution.
December 12th, a People's Revolution car rally live at the Fun Splash Water Park in Davie. This is your rally to gain freedom as the nation confronts runaway crime, a deadly pandemic.
This weekend, we lost 48 citizens in 48 hours to COVID.
And uncontrolled inflation. Come out to hear Team UNC, including the feature address by political leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa.
On December 12th, come out and show the PNM that you have had enough.
It's the People's Call, the People's Rally, and the People's Revolution.
The People's Revolution will continue as long as the threat to our democracy and way of life remains.
This is the revolution, the People's Revolution.
The convoy heads to the Fun Splash Water Park in Davie, December 12th. Log on to unctt.org for more info.
I want to hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Rebuild. Restore. Rebuild.
This is a peaceful people's revolution, and it has only just begun.
Restore. Rebuild. Restore.
Revolution.
Blessed welcome.
Hello? Ah, we missed that call.
You
Yes.
can't tell me we are 60 bed with a population like 1.4 million people
Really
in this
going on,
day
boy?
and age. All the money that we have in this country. Watch how these politicians living.
Yes. Hello?
Hello, welcome,
Hi,
caller.
good night, Mr. Robert.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir. Good night. Good night.
Right. Mr. Robert, you went out of your way, boy. You went the length and breadth to show people what when you can't breathe what is going.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother.
But I tell you this, if you have never experienced this, you will just shrug the shoulders, you know.
Yeah.
I saw my own sister gasping for breath. And a lot of friends who have emphysema and asthma and these things, right?
Yeah.
What's that with this COVID thing? I don't know, maybe you could tell Anil that the UNC run some advertisements to show what this thing really is. Because people who never experienced this, they're listening but want to experience something.
Yeah.
You know, the reality of it won't really dawn on them.
Huh.
Right? And you went the full distance,
Yes.
Caller,
explain it to them.
caller, let me just tell you something quick.
Uh-huh.
I get shot and I get my 2 lungs puncture.
But this is that.
Let me tell you something. When it is, I can't explain it. I really can't explain it. It is a horrible. Talking about my lungs had full with fluid, and a doctor actually had to cut me under my ribs. He say he waiting for consent. He tell me he wait and send on a tube from inside under my arm.
Yes.
And I started to get breath through one side of my nose, you know. I
So you know what it is.
I know what this thing is, you know.
Yes, yes, yes.
My father died from this emphysema.
Yeah.
Yes, I know it is. I've seen it happen.
Yes.
Kola is a sad thing, Kola is a sad thing, boy.
And when I listen to you tonight,
Yeah.
you're going this distance for people to understand what it
Yes,
is.
yes.
But Mr.
Yeah.
Robert, like I say, people who never experience it,
Yeah.
they ain't going to fully understand. I think when Anil come, he should tell you, mention it to the camp.
Yeah.
Run some ads showing people who dying and
Yeah.
with breathing thing, you know, and people
Yeah.
might get a better idea.
All right, Kola. Thanks very much.
All right, man, keep going.
Yeah, bless you.
Yeah. Wow.
But I tell you, when I get shot, is a experience. I just tell them I don't want a dog to go through that. It's an experience that I don't know if you will could ever, and that's why I try to use the analysis to hold your breath,
Yeah.
cork your nose, and hold your breath, and you just keep as long as you could, and you will see when you leg go down nostril and try to catch your breath, it come your heart race off. In some cases you will start a cold sweat. It is a real agony you're talking about.
Oh my gosh.
And you can't tell me that under this situation, the government say, Keith Rowley tell us he spent $300 billion. $300 billion on the population. $300 billion. And you telling me now that we have 60 beds?
Wow.
We have 60 beds for our citizens who didn't bring this bacteria on themselves. Our citizens who pay the taxes. Our citizens who do everything. And today, I am telling you, we are in this situation and people talking, and this minister opening his mouth and talking all kind of rubbish, and this prime minister only starting to blame the population for their negligence.
And people dying.
People
every day.
dying for all your negligence,
gosh.
all your fail in the interim to have a discussion, to put mechanism in place for if this reach. I am telling you, some callers said earlier on, when this whole fiasco done with this election, I am telling you it will have a spike in Tobago. It's no maybe about that. And I am telling you that it will get worse in Trinidad because the government surrender. The government surrender on this fight. People in this country need to open their eye and call for the removal of this government now before it is too late. I am going to do something, and I'm saying it now on air.
Yes.
I am saying it. Take the call and then I will tell them.
Hello, welcome. U975.
Welcome, caller. Good night.
Stand your ground and push back really hard. Next week Tuesday, please come out in your numbers. Savannah, North Savannah, right? Come out in your numbers.
Yes.
Yes, scholar. I am going to do something this week. I am telling you, Victor Roberts, I am going to prepare a coffin. I am going to prepare a coffin this week. And I am going to drag that coffin from Erin Beach to Port of Spain in front of the parliament. I am going to carry that coffin there. You hear what I'm saying to you, brother? I am going to drag that coffin from Erin.
When will you be?
Most likely starting Friday.
This Friday.
Or this Thursday. I am going to drag that coffin from Erin.
We'll have to send our cameraman there from MCTV.
Erin.
Yes,
I am telling you. Straight to the Parliament building, passing up through the old road. I am going to drag that coffin.
Yes.
And I am dragging that coffin in a one-man protest against this government for the failure to deal with our citizens, representing that coffin for all those who lost their life as a result of this government, and care before the parliament for them. Care before the parliament. And when I reach in front of the parliament, they could pelt me in the jail if they want. Because I am telling you, I am not going to sit down. I am prepared to reach in tongue by next week, Tuesday, with that coffin. I am going to carry that coffin in tongue walking. That is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Because we cannot sit down and allow what is happening in this country to happen simply because some of us like UNC and some of us like PNM and people dying. When people dead, it's not PNM or UNC, you know. It is people. It is our citizen. It is people family, people mother, people brother, people father, people sister, people children. That is what it is. People dying in this country because of the negligence. And some people want to use that and play the political game with it. Corky, I am telling you, Victor Roberts, going to carry a coffin in tongue this week. Mark White telling you.
Yes.
I am going to carry a coffin straight in Port of Spain, straight in front of the parliament. And when I pass in, all you prepare some wreath. Prepare some wreath.
Right.
I want to carry it and put it in front of the parliament for them. So every time they pull the curtain to watch out, they will understand it's people, loved ones.
Yes.
Prepare some wreath for me as I pass with that coffin starting next week, Friday, starting this Friday morning.
Right.
As I pass with that coffin, prepare the wreath. What can I go on the coffin and I can pull? I go put it on my van. But I'm dragging that coffin to Port of Spain. Dragging that coffin. That is what we have to do. That is what we have to do to this government and any government who fail the people. This government is dead. And when I reach in tongue with the coffin, I hope the minister and all of them lie down in it. I hope they lie down inside of it. That is what happened. Take a break, brother. I feel like getting too emotional.
Yeah, take a break.
December 12th, a People's Revolution car rally live at the Fun Splash Water Park in David. This is your rally to gain freedom as the nation confronts runaway crime, a deadly pandemic.
This weekend, we lost 48 citizens in 48 hours to COVID.
And uncontrolled inflation. Come out to hear Team UNC, including the feature addressed by political leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa.
On December 12th, come out and show the PNM that you have had enough.
It's the People's Call, the People's Rally, and the People's Revolution.
The People's Revolution will continue as long as the threat to our democracy and way of life remains.
This is the revolution, the people's revolution.
The convoy heads to the Fun Splash Water Park in Debe, December 12th. Log on to unctt.org for more info.
I want to hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom.
Taste better. Happy holidays from Royal Castle.
Welcome to Rhythms Communications Network.
We are Multicultural Television, MCTV. Total local programming, the latest news, all the sports, our culture. MCTV.
MCTV is broadcasting in HD on Flow 114, Digital 22, Ampere 119, Airlink 18, RVR 109, Mayaro Cable 103, ICNTT 120. MCTV, bringing you back where you belong.
U975 FM, hot like pepper multicultural radio.
All the music you know and love, played by the DJs who know how to mix it just right. We don't come slight, we come hot like pepper.
Informative and entertaining with the hottest DJs in the country. On the World Wide Web with fun radio, adult contemporary music, and
WBHM, the voice of rock. Rock, 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 rock.
Rhythms Communications Network, connecting cultures, connecting communities.
What are you doing on Tuesday at 7:30? Going to our service. Join me on Tuesdays on MCTV. Don't make show every week.
Sunsplash Water Park in Davie. This is your rally to gain freedom as the nation confronts runaway crime, a deadly pandemic.
This weekend, we lost 48 citizens in 48 hours to COVID.
And uncontrolled inflation. Come out to hear Team UNC, including the feature address by political leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa.
On December 12th, come out and show the PNM that you have had enough.
It's the People's Call, the People's Rally, and the People's Revolution.
The People's Revolution will continue as long as the threat to our democracy and way of life remains.
This is the revolution, the People's Revolution.
The convoy heads to the Sunsplash Water Park in Davie, December 12th. Log on to unctt.org for more info.
I want to hear everybody sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom.
And the opposition, I think you would have been a very great work, okay?
Yes.
And where is Scarf, a fisherman of the sea? Is Scarf still alive or did he COVID? When Scarf came in, they said there is no other hospital, no private institution couldn't test for COVID, and the people was out there willing to help. You know, Mr. Tim Gopi said something last when he was in the Senate. To every 2 hours, one person are dying. And you know, when after that, you're hearing 12, 10, 12, it didn't come back in single figures.
Yeah.
And this is what, you know, I would always say we are the problems of the country, not the citizens.
Yes, sir.
Because if we have to go into the supermarket, you said the people dying in the hospitals, in the corridors, on benches, all over.
Yes.
And what we are doing about it.
Serious.
Understand this. COVID is here to stay. And the government put their hand up in the air.
Yes.
And they give up. And who dead? They don't care what the hell they want. They go in and campaigning in the Senate today for the election in Tobago on the I think it's 13 more days for it. And you see, if our brothers in Tobago and sisters, they are intelligent people, and we can't tell them what to do. If they see what is going on and they vote for PNM, we have more problems again. They say one thing in life, if you speak the truth, you could correct something. When you tell a lie, you have to keep on telling a lie, because they could never solve that problem.
Correct.
Wonderful night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
sir.
for calling. Yeah.
And I cannot understand when I hear the minister talking about they do have doctors. It has so much doctors making themselves available, but the government will not hire them.
Yes. Hello?
Hello, welcome, caller.
Yeah. We will check what really happened. It's sad. It's really, really sad. Who have the experience? But anybody so observing how much money they're spending in Tobago. How much ventilators could be bought? How much beds could be bought?
Yes, sir.
That is true.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're correct.
Yeah?
What is this?
It's a good thing Kamala and them thief. Right? We still get the Kuva hospital with the thief and bill. We still get in the JV center and everything. And the but this Kamala thing we're using right now, it will be blessed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Only hope people open their eye and see what is happening.
Thank you very much.
That is wickedness.
That is a serious situation.
That's crime.
But I had doctors who pleading. I hear doctors on the radio saying that the minister, they write the minister and tell the minister that they are available. And the minister refused looking at PNM and UNC and who feel UNC go get fame. This is people dying. What fame it have? This is time to save people life. This is time to put everybody at work. This is time to use whatever mechanism it have to save the lives of people. I am telling you, my family was in tears when she speak about people cannot breathe. We have a little.
Yes.
You remember the Lloyd situation in the States, where the police foot on the
Yes,
neck.
you know that breathe aspect started there when he said he can't
breathe,
Yeah.
and he can't breathe.
Wow.
And what was amazing is that some people in Trinidad jumping in support of we can't breathe. You remember we had people like David Abdullah and other folks at the Savannah, and they were more or less in solidarity with those Black Lives Matter in the States and so on.
Yes.
And they can't breathe and they can't breathe. Well,
Yes.
today, I want to call David Abdullah and everybody else. I want to call them and tell them that we coming with a coffin to carry in tongue.
My goodness.
Come out and show the government that you're
Yes.
supporting the people in this country who can't breathe. Come and support the people in this country who can't breathe. Because while we could see on television the suffocation that Floyd Lloyd went through, I am saying we are not able to go in our hospitals and see the separation of our citizens, and more so our loved one who can't breathe. They cannot breathe. That is why they're dying. They can't breathe. And we have nothing in place to help them to breathe. It is better we carry about 5 truck tire and put one of these face masks on it.
Yes.
With a hose, and at least they will get some air.
Okay.
What is wrong with us in this country? So because we're not seeing what's going on in the hospital, and that is why I'm saying we need an independent body to visit these hospitals and take record as to what is happening. To take record, because Davlin Thomas and all of them is all kind of secrecy taking place. I read a document that I get from the Point 14 hospital a couple of weeks ago, where the document was saying that the nurses and doctors were mandated to sign a document that they must not give any information as to what take place inside the COVID-19 ward. What is the big secrecy? What is this big secrecy that these CEO and them, as a result of instruction from the government, what is there to hide?
Nah.
What is there to hide?
No.
No, man, we're not taking
Hello,
that.
97.5. Hello.
Welcome.
Take down your
Load
radio.
on your radio caller. Load on your volume, please, thanks.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
The name you're looking for, it was Terrence the Terrible.
Terrence the Terrible. Thank you, caller. Okay. Write down that name for me. I want to forget that name. Terrence the Terrible.
All right.
I feel like I have a place on the coffin for that name. Terrence the Terrible. Yes, we cannot accept what is happening. Corky, let me tell you something, brother.
Yes.
Remember, these people in the hospital is we family, you know. These are we mothers and fathers and brothers and
I
sisters.
can relate
you know.
to that, yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Corky, you know what it is like to reach home now, God forbid, and see one of your family gapping for some bread, and there's nothing you have to assist them.
Gosh, boy.
You know what is that? You going through the same agony that them going through. You know?
Hello?
Welcome, caller. Good day.
You know, I want to find out.
Yes.
Oh, look at Mr. Roger in this country alive.
I think Mr. Rose is here. I'm not sure if he get over the blank with the refinery. I don't know. You know, sometimes when you're in love with a girl and she leave you and go on, it has caused pain sometimes for years. But I think he's here. I think he's here.
This man who collect 15 million, by how much other million, and whatever, and we're not hearing about nothing with this man.
Brother, it's a sad state in this country, my brother. Sad state in this country. Sad state, my brother. But I think he's here. I think he's here.
Paint that coffin in black like Rowley.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. That coffin will be in black.
Yeah, and they pulling Kamala, Manakid on and talk.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. This coffin will be in black. This coffin will definitely be in black. Yeah, this coffin will be in black.
My goodness,
And
what's happening?
And as I say, my brother, this is on behalf of what is happening in the health sector with our loved ones. I am going to take that coffin to Parliament. So when they pull the window, they must see what they are responsible for. They must watch out, and then they might get a sense of that passion, a sense of caring, a sense of feeling to understand what is happening. I saw Franklin Can die in this whole thing, and the next day with this government was business as usual. That is to tell you, I never even hear the government say, well, look, we going on some 3 days, some kind of memorial, some kind of something, nothing. The Barry Franklin, a matter of fact, before the Barry Franklin, everything was as usual.
But probably they treated it like that because they wanted to treat everybody else like that too.
Yeah. You understand?
Yes.
And this is I can't help but speak to this, you know.
Yes.
I can't help, but that's why I wanted to leave this for last, because I know it's something that will interfere with your mind and your body.
We need to speak about that because.
But let me tell you something. When my little son was, how much years Omar had when he get that cold? 3 years.
Yeah.
My son was 3 years.
Yes.
And Corky, he pick up a cold.
Yes.
And at night, look the mother there.
Yes.
We lie down and we have him sleeping right between us because he's sick.
Yes.
So he ain't no crib. He had to be there because we have to monitor.
Right.
And both of us jump when we hear he started go.
Yeah.
And started shake.
Yeah.
Corky, I put my mouth over his nose.
Yeah.
And pull that coal out.
Yes.
You know what I tell you, brother?
I know what you're talking
put
about,
my mouth over Omar's nose.
Yeah.
And pull that whole lump of coal out of Omar's nose. And Omar, I tell you, Omar wake up. And you know something?
Yes.
Omar started to smile.
Yes.
Omar started to smile. And let me tell you something. We couldn't go back and sleep because she get frightened. Well, I as a person don't really panic.
Yeah.
When I see, I know what was happening.
Yes.
So I get down to action one time. You understand? And I sharing this with people, and I'm sure that there is parents who went through the same thing with these little babies. Now I think they have some little thing you could put in the nose and squeeze and let go, and it'll pull out the coal and thing.
Yeah.
But brother, this situation there, we didn't have nothing to squeeze and pull one,
right.
And I wasn't going to look for nothing to squeeze and pull two,
right.
Because this was an emergency situation that needed an emergency response.
Yes.
You understand? My mother tell me, boy, you could have pulled out the child brain, or brother, watch me.
Yeah.
It didn't matter to me because I seen my little son can't help himself, and I seen that he forcing for that breath, brother.
Yes.
So I do what I had to do. So I understand. And then I share where I get shot and what happened with my
so you showed me the
right. I understand the agony that these people are going to be going through.
Yes.
Why these government ministers have tax break on everything, tax free everything, eating best. And if you look sharp and you go by them, they have ventilator in the house too, you know.
Yes.
You hear what I telling you?
Yes.
They have every single thing, you know, brother.
Oh my gosh.
They ain't paying no tax on nothing, you know, and they driving the best car, eating the best food, wearing the fanciest clothes.
Enough is enough.
Yeah, and we like a bunch of idiots in this country just supporting this kind of dotishness and only talking about Indian and Creole and PNM and UNC. But we had to get out of that. We had to come out of this and stand up as a country together. We had to stand up and support. We had to stand up and look after we citizens. We have to, let me tell you something. This government so wicked that the same people that voting for them, that dying in the hospital, them don't care about that now, you know.
Let's take this call. Hello, caller.
Yes, caller. Good night.
What you are saying about a child, I understand. Because my son, I can't see, right? And my son is disabled. And one day my child had a cold, listen to me. And he couldn't breathe. And so I put my mouth in that child's nose and I pull. And when I pull out all that coal, I spit. I spit it out.
Yes.
You know, so I understand because my son gonna die.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
done special already, and he couldn't breathe. So I had to pull it out.
God bless
There was
you, soul.
nothing I could
God
have
bless
done.
your soul.
So I understand what you're saying.
Yes, ma'am.
And I hope the people are listening to you, right? And that coffin, who you is you?
Yes.
You, Karen,
Yes,
is not
ma'am.
a good thing. It's a one-man protest.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we have to do something. Listen to me. My cousin died in COVID hospital from the COVID because he couldn't breathe.
Wow.
You know, and my cousin died and he left his 2 children and a wife to mourn. And a good friend of mine's son died in the same COVID hospital because of COVID. So I know what you're saying, and I agree that protest you're trying to protest, you're doing, I think it's a good idea. It's a lovely idea. I commend you for that.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And
God
keep
bless
be
you.
strong.
Yes, ma'am.
Be strong when you're going on that way to Parliament. Be strong, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Drink plenty water, and
Yeah.
you be strong.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you, caller.
Wow. Supporting you all the way, boy.
Yeah,
All
but at
right,
10 to,
right,
let me take the break and do them
Yes.
ads.
Oh yes, we got to do some
I
commercials.
know the talk going in a certain way.
Yes,
Yeah.
we should have started it earlier, man, because you see a lot of people calling. They are concerned as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a commercial break. We'll be right.
December 12th, a People's Revolution car rally live at the Fun Splash Water Park in David. This is your rally to gain freedom as the nation confronts runaway crime, a deadly pandemic.
This weekend, we lost 48 citizens in 48 hours to COVID.
And uncontrolled inflation. Come out to hear Team UNC, including the feature address by political leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa.
On December 12th, come out and show the PNM that you have had enough.
It's the People's Call, the People's Rally, and the People's Revolution.
The People's Revolution will continue as long as the threat to our democracy and way of life remains.
This is the revolution, the people's revolution.
The convoy heads to the Fun Splash Water Park in Debe, December 12th. Log on to unctt.org for more info.
I wanna hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom.
Local programming, the latest news, all the sports, our culture. MCTV.
MCTV is broadcasting in HD on Flow 114, Digital 22, Ampere 119, Airlink 18, RVR 109, Mayaro Cable 103, ICNTG 120. MCTV.
MCTV, Multicultural TV, we're back. We got 10 minutes to go again. All right, and of course, we want to tell you about Waves Restaurant and Bar at Old Grafton Beach Road, Seaside, Black Rock, Tobago. Delivery options available. Also, you can book a table in advance. Just call 731-4646. And of course, Le Grand Colon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay. That's it, Black Rock. Excuse me. That's Le Grand Colon Spa Resort at Stonehaven Bay, Black Rock. Bed and breakfast rates available. To book, you can call 283-2597 or 463-2946. Also, Fresh Street Market, your neighborhood supermarket, at number 3 Andrew Lane, corner Churchill Roosevelt Highway and Andrew Lane, Dabity, Mausica. Opening hours Monday to Saturday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. and on Sundays, 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Check it out. We're back on the inside. Oh gosh, the time just went by just like that. And of course, yes, of course, we have Island Hobbies, located on Ryson Road, Port of Spain. The largest variety of toys for this Christmas. Check them out. No one beats their prices. If you find any price elsewhere cheaper, they will beat it. Prove it and they will beat it. That's Island Hobbies, yes. And they're opening late, opening hours. Sunday to Sunday, 11 p.m. Also opening on Christmas Eve. Even Santa shops at Island Hobbies. Ryson Road, Port of Spain. Check them out. Yes, sir.
Yes, people of Trinidad and Tobago, we have to take a stand. We have to do what we have to do.
Yes.
We have to ensure that that the citizens of this country, that they are taken care for and
Yes.
foremost. Because as I said before, the government, they don't pay no taxes, while they implement tax upon us and bring tax burden upon our
Yes.
backs and bruise and batter us. To the end of the day,
Yeah.
they are living free in this country. And while they are living free, we must ensure that at least our healthcare system, whether it's be parallel or otherwise, we must ensure that our healthcare system.
But that should be the first thing.
First priority. First priority. We should have one of the most supreme healthcare system in the Caribbean.
You know what? How could people who have so much do something like that?
Brother, simply because
Why?
the much is for their pockets. You watch something. You watch how much cars
But we have to leave all that behind one day.
Brother, you see how much cars these ministers bought in
Could
this
those
last
cars
rounds?
and those houses go in a coffin?
Nowhere. Well, I'm hoping when this coffin reach in tongue, I'm hoping that when this coffin reach in tongue,
Yes.
that they come and see if it will fit the size and see if the car could fit in it, see if the land could fit in it, and see if the amount of money that they have.
Maybe you should make. Maybe there should be a couple of
Yeah,
those coffins.
brother. I mean, it's a sad situation.
Yes.
And our citizens must be important to us.
Right.
This country, our country,
Yes.
people have made tremendous sacrifices.
Yes.
Tremendous sacrifices to have this country. I remember the days of the Tasca truck when people will cut cane. You remember the people will go through this cane field and
Yes.
cut cane and tote this cane out by bull. By bull used to tote
Yes,
them
yes.
out, and farmer, and they
Wow.
will bring this cane, days, hot sun. They will be cutting this cane. People in the oil sector, hot sun. At one time I used to work Santana and I started off as a rastabout at those days, was washing
Yeah.
tools, and I reached up to supervisory position quick because my head ain't too hard. My hair hard, but not my head. And I am telling you, we toil morning tower. When you're working with
Yeah.
contractor, morning tower, you have to be out there while the supervisor and the doghouse sleeping.
Yeah.
Them pipe and them cold like ice, but you have to make sure they go in the hole. You have to make sure oil flow. So people make sacrifice in every aspect in this country.
Yes.
And I am saying that something that like this pandemic that is that nobody wanted, nobody asked for.
Yeah.
I think that the government really failed by not preparing for us at an early stage, simply because I don't know if it's because the opposition brought the motion that they believe that, look, we ain't taking. If I think if the government did bring the motion, they would have go with it. But anything come out from the opposition, whether it is good
Yes.
or indifferent, Keith Christopher Rowley has taken a position that he will not implement nothing that comes from the opposition. And that is when you are really a dictator, because that I don't know if Keith feel that this country is his own. I don't know if Keith feel that the wealth in this country belongs to him. I don't know if Keith feel that he could spend our money as he want. I don't know if Keith feel that he could make any investment, whether good or bad. And that is a topic for our next time again.
Okay.
You understand? For next time we go deal with that cookie. But I am
Right.
saying, I am calling on the citizens to stand together and let us make a call peacefully to remove this government. There is the pushback on the 30th of this month, which is next week, Tuesday. That is the same morning that I am prepared to reach in Port of Spain by walking. I am asking you people to come out and voice your concern. Let us shout with one voice. The scripture tells us by the shout of the people in Jericho, God allowed the wall to fall. And I am saying, if we shout for the correct reason, it's the same thing will happen. The walls of this government will fall because of the injustice that is happening to this country. So I am calling you on the 12th of December. There's another major event.
Yes.
The People's Revolution, another major event that will be taking place at the water park in Debe.
Okay.
It will be one of the biggest motorcade that will ever hit the Southland. And we are asking you to come out in your numbers and let us support every one of these efforts in the interest of the people and the interest of good governance.
Yeah.
I am saying if and when the UNC retain power, it is our responsibility to hold the UNC to account the same way that we are calling to hold the PNM to account. Government must now be the people's business. Government must now be accountable to the people of this country. Government must perform or get out. Government must deliver or get out. Government must work for you just as how you are working for it. Because if you don't work and pay your taxes, there is no government. And therefore, our tax money must reflect upon the citizens of this country in the forms of providing employment, providing healthcare, and to ease the burden of oppression and depression and poverty upon our citizens. We must stand united. We must fight together. We must cry together. We must push back together, and we must unite together. The time has come that we must put aside Indian and African. The time has come that we must stand as one people, stand strong, stand firm. God bless you and have a good night.
All right, and we're going to play 2 songs before we leave. Yes, 2 nice songs.
The tables are turning, your eyes are opening. Welcome to the revolution.
People crying out for justice. Some of them crying out for freedom.
We want freedom.
Everybody crying out for democracy. Now it's time to take a stand. Yeah.
Come on! Cause this is the revolution. The people's revolution. This is the revolution.
Let's unite and stand for something.
This is the revolution. The people's revolution. This is the revolution. I wanna hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Everybody sing. As we move in this people's revolution, my brothers and sisters, let's all walk together as one. This revolution is about restoring our democracy, and this revolution is about stopping this creeping dictatorship. This is the people's revolution.
Come on, people.
Come on.
Come on, people.
Let's move.
Come on, people.
Come on.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
People crying out for justice.
Some of them crying out for freedom.
Everybody crying out for democracy.
Now it's time to take a stand. Yeah.
Come on! Cause this is the revolution. The people's revolution. This is the revolution.
Let's unite and stand for something.
This is the revolution. The people's revolution. This is the revolution. I wanna hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom. Everybody sing freedom. Everybody sing. As we move in this people's revolution, my brothers and sisters, let's all walk together as one. This revolution is about restoring our democracy, and this revolution is about stopping this creeping dictatorship. This is the people's revolution.
Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, come on, come on, come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, people. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Revolution Car Rally, live at the Fun Splash Water Park in Davie. This is your rally to gain freedom as the nation confronts runaway crime, a deadly pandemic.
This weekend, we lost 48 citizens in 48 hours to COVID.
And uncontrolled inflation. Come out to hear Team UNC, including the feature address by political leader Kamla Prasad Bisesa.
On December 12th, come out and show the PNM that you have had enough.
It's the People's Call, the People's Rally, and the People's Revolution.
The People's Revolution will continue as long as the threat to our democracy and way of life remains.
This is the revolution, the people's revolution.
The convoy heads to the Fun Splash Water Park in Davie, December 12th. Log on to unctt.org for more info.
I want to hear everybody sing. Everybody sing freedom. Man and woman sing freedom.